So we'll be starting by looking at Jet2holidays' latest updates before handing over to Joanna to share some fantastic information about this beautiful destination. So let's take a look at Jet2holidays' most recent updates. This time last week, we launched our new promotional codes. We have given you extra discounts for winter 21-20. This booking discount is for holidays travelling between now until the 31st of March 21. With this, your customers will automatically receive a £50 per person discount. Plus, if you guys use the code REBOOK100, they will receive £100 off the booking. This is due to expire on the 18th of October, which is this Sunday. So make sure you make the most of it and you use the code to close the sale. We also have you extra savings for summer 21. This is for bookings that are travelling from the 1st of April 21 until the 31st of October 21. This summer saving will give your customers £60 per booking discount, which is automatically applied to on the trade site. Plus, if you use the code SUMMER100, you can give your customers an additional £100 off per person. Again, this offer is due to expire on the 18th of October, so make sure you're advertising these fantastic promotions and you're talking to your customers about the savings that are available to them. Now looking at our marketing toolkit. The marketing toolkit was sent out on Tuesday this week, and if you haven't already, please go and take a look because the content that our teams have made for you this week is absolutely fantastic. This toolkit is so simple for you to use and it will really help make sure that your sales messages stand out. We have social media posts to help you catch customers' attention. We have amazing up-to-date posters that you can print and display. And we even include email content that you can send to your existing customer database. So make the most of this toolkit and get attracting new business today. I'm sure by now you'll have noticed our new layout on the trade website. We have updated the homepage search panels to be horizontal. So you have all the same functions as you did before, it's just a new look. This means that the homepage content is further up so that you can see all of the important information found in the banners. The trade website is a fantastic tool and there's just so much to help you inspire your customers for their next Jet2 holiday. So we wanted to point out a feature that will help you do this. At the top right hand side, next to the search bar, you'll see a star button which says offers. When you click on this, it'll give you a drop down box, which includes different search tabs. So if you click on the first one, this is our current promotion, and this will take you through to our search page, whereby you can tailor the customer's requirements and you can see all of the deals that are available. This function's brilliant to help you find fab deals for your social and for your windows, and it's a great way to help source current offers for your customers. Then if you clicked on Deal of the Week, this will take you through to our current deals. Currently, we have our free upgrade from half board or full board to all-inclusive, which is on selected holidays between the 1st of May till the 31st of October 21. Again, a brilliant tool to help you find amazing value for money deals. These kind of deals go down really well with customers on social media and they're really great for an eye-catching window offer. So take a look at this part of the trade site so that you can tell your customers all about the free upgrades to all-inclusive. So before I hand you on over to Joanna, I wanted to talk to you about the extra capacity Jet2holidays have added to Madeira. Your customers are wanting to escape the gloom and enjoy a well-earned break. So we have added an additional 10 flights to Funchal, Madeira, with services from Birmingham, Glasgow, Edinburgh and Manchester. In total, this means that we're flying 16 times a week to Madeira from 8 of our bases. We know these flights will book up very quickly, so we wanted to help you to make sure that you're an expert in Madeira to gain those extra sales and get your fair share of our extra capacity. So I'll let Joanna tell you everything you need to know about this beautiful island.
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning to you all. Thank you, Jet2holidays, for this opportunity. Thank you, Freya and Jade, for being there. So Jade will be my wing woman. She will be flipping my slides. Thank you very much. So I'm coming to you live from Funchal. And today, this is no joke, this is true, 9 a.m., 20 degrees Celsius, sun is shining, so pack your bags and come to Madeira. Tell your clients to come to Madeira now. So this is Amazing, this is really true. So basically, Madeira Safe to Discover was actually the motto of our digital campaign post-lockdown. So we felt that people were eager to get out there, to travel, to feel safe in order to discover a destination. So I know you agree with me that people have to be safe in order to enjoy their holidays, naturally. So people were actually excited to fly and book their holidays and excite their taste buds, actually. So I'm sure you know that we are on the quarantine-free list. So back to the UK, you don't have to do any quarantine. So this is fantastic. So this is a great plus. And Madeira is the place to be right now. So as you know, there aren't many destinations that are open. So what do you have to do in order to come to Madeira? So basically, you have to bring either a test that is negative and done 72 hours prior to arrival, or you could do one at the airport when you arrive. Okay, and the expenses are all paid. You don't have to pay for your test if you do it at the airport. So the process is pretty simple and quick. So we have this installed since July 1st and has been running really smoothly. And thanks to this, Madeira has remained C19 free. And for your information, since March up until now, we only had 295 positive cases. So this is really low, as you can see. And right now, we only have 105 active cases. So this is fantastic to us. And thanks to this testing procedure, we have been able to remain safe. So this is a section of a whole document that we have on our website, Madeira Safe to Discover. So what happens is, if you are positive, so if you arrive at the airport and then you are positive, so the government will remove you from the hotel that you are in and take you to another one, then all the expenses, meals, accommodation will be paid by the local government. Next slide, please. So your guests and all of us, we are looking for an unspoiled destination. We are looking for a place that is uncrowded and safe. So we want to be comfortable during our holidays. We don't want to mix people. They are looking for a place where they can feel comfortable and they can enjoy the destination in a very comfortable way. So we believe that Madeira, and being so close to the UK, can match all these three concepts. So where is Madeira? So most people don't really know that Madeira is a Portuguese island. So we are actually closer to the African continent than to Europe. So we are actually more African than Portuguese in a way. So we are located in the heart of the Atlantic Ocean, so 1,000 kilometers from Portugal and 500 from Africa. And we are part of an archipelago. So Madeira per se, she is not alone. She has these, you can see here south, these islands that are not inhabited. They are called deserted islands, and selvagens. So they are natural reservations. And then here on the top, northeast, you have Porto Santo, sister island, so she's part of the same archipelago. And Porto Santo, they have these lovely golden sandy beaches, and Porto Santo actually, it is a great match to a stay in Madeira. So Madeira is not actually one island, it is an archipelago, as you can see. The weather is amazing, as I was commenting earlier. So we are an all year round destination. So there's a huge stereotype that Madeira is, in fact, a winter destination. Of course, we have been recognized as being one of the top destinations for winter 20, but however, due to the weather and to the temperatures that are mild all year round, it is an all year round destination. So this will enable you to do activities, to do sports touring and enjoy this destination all year round. So, and also we have a lot of sunshine hours. So you can see here, even in January and February, you have 7 hours of sunshine. Can you imagine? You can pack all these activities in one day. So we are quite fortunate to live in such a fantastic island. And I think that C19 really made us appreciate where we live. This is one of my favorite pictures of Funchal, capital city of Madeira, so 250,000 inhabitants. And Funchal is like this Christmas crib, and even turns into a more beautiful place in Christmas because we light all of the streets and the villages here in Funchal. You can see the cruise ships harbour. So this is where most of the hotels are located and where the fireworks takes place. So in Funchal, you have plenty of attractions. So I get this question a lot, oh, what can I do in Funchal and whatnot? So there's plenty to see and do. Next slide, please. So this is just a sample of what you can do. So I recommend that you start with the old town, for example, because you will have the oldest streets in Madeira, which is the Santa Maria Street. So the city started to be built obviously in the old town. So this is east, that was in the 15th century. And the Santa Maria Street, it is decorated by these lovely abstract painted doors done by local artists. So you have all these restaurants and bars that are very trendy. They have very nice food. So it's actually a very trendy place where you can have a nice dinner with your friends and family, and also you would have the trendiest bars here on this area, and it's really close to the local market, so you have the best of Funchal here on the old town. In Funchal, in the farmers market, Mercado dos Lavradores in Portuguese, you have the freshest fruits, the freshest vegetables, flowers, you have the fish as well. So this is a big building, imagine a two-story building. You get the widest variety, the fresh produce that is brought by the local farmers. So as you can see on this image, you have here at least 3 kinds of passion fruit. Can you imagine? And I can say that we have at least half a dozen kinds of passion fruit. Sometimes you don't know what to make of it. This one is a crossing between a banana and a passion fruit itself. So, and they let you taste it. So it's not all places that you can actually taste the fruits. And this one here on the left, it grows on cactus. So this is what I feel is that we have a wide variety of fresh produce. Almost everything is organic and done in a very healthy way, let's say. And this is one of the things that I miss the most when I travel, is the taste of a banana, of a tomato. It's totally different. Right, so what we have here, this is our traditional toboggan. So this was formerly a traditional mean of transportation. Yes, it's true. Back in the 17th century, they used this cart made out of wicker to dislocate, to get from one place to another. And this is in the region of Monte. So you can take the cable car from Funchal, see the city from above, and then get to Monte, and then come down with the sledges. So these 2 ladies, I know they're laughing, but they are really afraid on the inside, because this goes down the hill, about 2 kilometers down, up until Funchal. And this is pure emotion and adrenaline. And these 2 guys, they are dressed with these 2 fashionable trousers and with the hat as well. So this is really fun. This is a great way to see Monte, and this is a must-do thing. If you're coming to Funchal, even for a couple of days, you have to try this. This is really fun, and then you can scream, you can do all you want. This is really fun. I totally recommend it. I know it's a cliche, but you should. I recommend it, really. So fun. Right, So in terms of nature and flora, this is like a very important part of our product. So Madeira is all about nature. So if you have a guest that is into flowers and walking and nature, Madeira is the place to be. So throughout Funchal, we have a wide variety of gardens. So nature was so generous that she gave us an indigenous forest and also a tropical one. So, and the tropical one can be, you know, can be seen in these gardens. For example, this one, you have the botanical garden, only 10 minutes away from Funchal. In the region of Monte, you have the Monte Palace Garden, this beautiful garden here on the middle, and on the right, you have the Paleiro Gardens here next to the golf course. So you can expect a wide variety of plants, flowers, trees that were actually introduced. That's why they are subtropical. They came from Japan, Australia, New Zealand. And why they grow here? Because the weather is so amazing and the soil is very fertile as well. So they grow like mad. So totally recommend a trip to the gardens. You can take your family, your kids. It's amazing. In terms of accommodation, I feel that normally we have a little bit of everything for everyone. If you have a guest that is into a more boutique-ish hotel design with a great rooftop, it's totally fantastic. I mean, you have a wide variety to choose from, and then you can see the sunset. You can have a drink at the rooftop. This picture here on the left is actually the terrace where they have the tea at the reeds, and you have these amazing infinity pools. So I think we have a lot of variety. So you have the resorts, you have the boutique and design hotels, and also you would have cozier quintas and manor houses. So I think there's a wide variety to choose from, which is great. And the majority of the hotels, they are 4 and 5 stars. So there's quality of service as well. Now we're getting into a very tasty slide. As you can imagine, we eat a lot of fish, but also a lot of meat. There's a lot of fresh produce. As I said earlier, this is one of the things that I notice when I travel. I really suffer when I get to my breakfast and then I don't have my usual banana that I have back home. Next slide, please. So what are the what should you try when you are here? So it's really hard to choose because everything is so good and so tasty. Our national dish is the espetada. As you can see, this is beef. It looks very Arab actually, but it's beef on a skewer and it's sauteed with bay leaves and coarse salt. And these limpets here, they're called lapas in Portuguese. The limpets, they are the closest we have to seafood, because here the sea is so deep that we don't have any proper seafood. And these limpets, they grow on the rocks. So they are cooked, they're actually grilled in garlic and some parsley. And then to the left, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pièce of the resistance of the whole gastronomy of Madeira, the garlic bread. You have to try this. This is made with of course, with sweet potato flour, and it's fantastic. No calories at all. So it's the best bread ever, garlic bread, mulled cockle. And these this couple here on the right, sorry Jade, just to check what they are doing, because I think this is important. They are drinking poncha. Actually, they don't know that on the next minute they will be totally numb. And they won't remember a thing, because poncha is made out of rum, and each bottle has 50% alcohol. So which means that if you have 2 ponchas at least, you will be able to speak fluent Portuguese. So this is how strong it is. Now this is what we drink when we go out, when we are together with friends. So they're having a lemon poncha, so which is rum mixed with orange juice or passion fruit juice. So this ponchas from every taste. So I thought this was important to highlight. The poncha is an institution here in Madeira. But also, don't forget the wine. Next slide, please. The Madeira wine. Don't say it's port, because sometimes I show, oh, this is Madeira wine. Oh, that's port. No, port is port wine from the port region, and Madeira is from the Madeira region. So it's grown here. It's a fortified wine. And actually here, Barbeito is one of my favorite brands. So Madeira, you shouldn't drink with your meal, otherwise you will be totally numb and drunk. So it is a fortified wine with a rich texture. You should have it as an aperitif or digestive with almonds or with your desserts. So it's a nice gift as well. Totally recommend it. Right, we are going into my favorite subject now, which is nature and the landscape. Obviously, people really look for Madeira because we are unique. You know, the location and being a volcanic island really gives us this fantastic landscape. So Madeira, as you can imagine, it's very hilly. Everywhere you go, there's a dramatic cliff, a huge mountain. So how should I describe the nature? I think I could be here all day, actually, because you had to be here. It's like Jurassic Park. I'm not exaggerating. It's like Jurassic Park. It's like a time machine broke down. You have the indigenous forests. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is just a sample of our indigenous forests. Indigenous means that she was already here when the first settlers arrived on the 15th century. So she is imponent, like you see here. She is very dense, and so the best way for you to discover nature here is to do some trekking. So the #1 sport and activity here is walking and trekking in the forest, in the Lauri Silva. This is her name. So she is UNESCO. She was named part of the Natural Heritage Site since 1999. And so inside the Lauri Silva, the Laurel Forest, you would have the levadas. So they are the water channels where you can do trekking along, okay? So 2,000 kilometers of water channels, of levadas, is an infinity of walks. So if you want, you can do a different walk every day. And we have 3 categories. You have for beginners, and you have moderate walks, levada walks, and difficult ones. So this will depend on their length. So you could walk for 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours even. So we have for every taste, and this is actually very fun if you take your friends, if you take your kids, if they like forests, and you can say it's Jurassic Park and they will love it. So she covers 2/3 of the surface of the island, which accounts for 20%, which is huge. Can you imagine? And obviously it is protected, and you would have there the indigenous Lauri Silva. Next slide, please. Right. Apart from the trekking and inside the forest, you can do all kinds of sports in the areas that you're allowed to. For example, you can't simply take your bike, off I go to the forest and cycle. So there's specific mountain biking trails or trail running trails for you to experience your activities. But speaking of activities in general, you can do some whale watching all year round. I'm sure you didn't know this. So whale watching and dolphin watching is not seasonal. You can do that all year round. We have at least 28 kinds of whales and dolphins, so that's amazing as well. Next slide, please. So we can check, yes. So this is just a sample of what we have to offer in terms of levadas and trekkings. So what is the difference between a levada and a trekking? A levada is a water channel like you see here. So these water channels, they were built also in the 15th century to transport water from the north coast into the south. Okay, and these 2 ladies, they just follow these sort of veins and water channels that cross the surface of the island. So as you can see, you are totally inside this amazing forest, like Lord of the Rings or something. And she is in a very fantastic level of conservation. Otherwise, it wouldn't be UNESCO. And we have some levadas that have waterfalls like this one here on the right. So we have at least 22 recommended levada walks for you to do, and some trekking. Trekking is normally done on the highest slopes and on the peaks, and those ones don't have any levadas on it. So as you can see, it's amazing. Next slide, please. I totally recommend you to get lost in Madeira. Literally, you can rent a car. If you don't like driving and exploring the surface of the island and the viewpoints and the mountains, you can go into a jeep tour. And they will take you to those off the beaten track places that you can only assess with a car and you can't walk into. So as you can see, you have these amazing winding roads. I call them the old roads because they are very scenic. And you can see more on a jeep or driving than in the bus. I think you can agree with me that you can see much more when you're driving. Next slide, please. Right, as I was said earlier, so Madeira is a very outdoorsy destination. A couple of weeks ago, it was published on the Telegraph, a great article and video by Simon Parker. I'm not sure if you had an opportunity to see, but he was here. And he was very excited about all the mountain biking he was doing. So it's not cycling, okay? So Madeira is very mountainous. So we have the best trails and paths for you to explore. So basically, if you have a guest that is more adventurous and it's into adrenaline, mountain biking, it can be it. So it's amazing. So we have cross country, enduro, and downhill. And actually, literally, it's all downhill. So this is up there in the mountains, in one of the highest mountains, Pico do Arieiro, and she is 1,800 meters high. So these guys are having a blast here with some mountain biking. Next slide. Wow, here we have canyoning. This is one of my favorite activities because it's a great mix. So in order for you to get to these locations, you have to do some walking, not too much, and then you're here. You are in the midst of these waterfalls along the canyons. So you are protected with this rubber suit. I'm not sure if you can see on the image, with a helmet, and then you rappel along these canyons, okay? Just don't look down. And then at the end, you can actually dive and then continue. So this is, it can be a full day activity, half day. Don't worry, we have canyons for beginners. So this is not canoeing, it's canyoning. So it's a very sought after activity here in Madeira. It's beautiful. It's in the middle of the forest as well. Amazing. Right, trail running. What is trail running? It's not jogging, ladies and gentlemen. This is not jogging. This is really serious. So this is running in the mountains, in the highest peaks, in the highest slopes. We have a lot of international athletes, and yes, you have to be an athlete in order to do trail running, because most of these trails, they are actually very long. 2 weeks ago, we had the Madeira Ultra Trail, where a guy ran for 9 hours, 85 kilometers. So this is how trail running can be. Very demanding and challenging activity, and we have the weather for it, we have the landscape for it. So trail running is very in right now, very popular, and you have a lot of international press coming here to cover that. Right, about golf. I have an important message about golf. Jet2holidays has sent a newsletter this week. I'm not sure if you noticed that if you do a booking this month, you pay only £1 for your golf bag. Okay, this is part of a huge campaign that Jet2holidays is doing with the golf courses in Madeira. So we have 3 golf courses, and bearing in mind that most of the destinations are closed and we are here, so you can actually play golf here. As you can imagine, golf courses are beautiful. They have these amazing gardens and trees, and it's actually very distracting to play golf here because you're looking at the landscape and then off you go. So yeah, next slide, please. So we have the Peleiro and the Santo da Serra. The Peleiro, the first one, 18 hole, is about 20 kilometers from, 20 minutes from Funchal. That's the thing. And Santo da Serra is 45 minutes away from Funchal. That's 27 holes and lakes. You have a bonus, you have lakes as well. And in Porto Santo, remember, sister island, the one that you have to take the ferry to, they have a golf course as well. So that one is actually done by several Ariano Besteros. So that's actually very good to know. Right, moving on to landscapes now. Next slide, please. And what can you do here in the sea? As we saw in this first slide, the sea water temperature is very comfortable. It's around 18 to 22 degrees. And I feel that this year it was actually warmer than usual, which is great. So you can actually do some diving. You can do, for example, on the marine reserves on the south coast. So there's some interesting marine life. Next slide, please. And also, this brings me to the subject of beaches, because this is a question that I get usually. So Madeira, does it have any beaches? Blah, blah, blah. So Madeira is not actually a beach destination. Obviously, it's more about door, gastronomy, food and wine and relax and wellness. Perfect place for a mental detox. But obviously, you want to know if you can actually go to the beach. So we have a mix of beaches with pebbles as well. Next slide, please. So they can see what it is. Yeah, this is amazing because we have here Pebble Beach next to a cliff. As you can see, it's very hilly, but nature built this long beach here in Feijão dos Padres. This is the location. So all over the west southern coast, we have a lot of pebbly beaches. However, we have the natural swimming pools, image on the left. So they were made by nature as well. They are filled with salt water and you can actually swim on them. So it's perfect for the kids. I remember when I was a child, this was the highlight of my holidays. My father used to swim on the swimming pools on the Portuguese in Seychelles. So it was the highlight of our holidays. I will never forget it. So they are actually, you can see the bottom even, so the water is so fresh and so pure there, so it's amazing. And this beach here on the right is in Feijão dos Padres. This is one of my favorite places to be. This is actually a place where they produce organic fruits and wine and bananas and avocados. And then they have a little restaurant there and some bungalows. So you can spend a weekend there or a full week if you want to. And there's no Wi-Fi. So it's amazing to switch off from the world. So it's perfect for now, post-lockdown thing, you know, a detox, whatever. But Feijão dos Padres is amazing. So how can you assess this place? Swimming, or docking a yacht here, down here, or taking the cable car. So you can't actually see on this image, but there's a cable car assessing to this place, so you can't drive here. So it is very clear that we have unusual beaches, not, you know, conventional ones, but they are very interesting. Okay, yes, you can do some whale and dolphin watching all year round, so it's not a seasonal activity, and mainly done on the south coast. North coast, not usual, because you have a lot of currents, so the mammals and the spotters, they usually give hints on the catamarans and zodiacs, and they will indicate and suggest where they should go. Right, you can do some diving in Madeira and Porto Santo. You have some interesting marine life and a reef, an artificial reef in Porto Santo that was actually created at 30 meters deep for you to do some diving. Right, Porto Santo, my favorite island. This is where I go every year because, you know, Porto Santo is so different from Madeira. In terms of nature, in terms of size, obviously, she is more arid. So she had a geological different evolution, if I must say. So she would have the original golden sandy beaches. So this beach is located in the south and is 9 kilometers long. And this is amazing because the sea, this turquoise blue, for me is mesmerizing. I really love it. Next slide, please. So Porto Santo could be a great match for your stay in Madeira. You can go for a one-day cruise, for example, or just spend a couple of nights in Madeira and then a couple of nights in Porto Santo. It's perfect because it's even smaller. If you have a guest that is looking for a destination that is unknown, Porto Santo is totally unknown. I normally talk about Porto Santo. What? I've never heard about Porto Santo. Where is that? So I think it's our best kept secret, really, Porto Santo. And by the way, Porto Santo means Holy Harbour. Yeah. So you have a lot of activities there. You don't have a lot of hiking, but then you would have also the kite surfing and windsurfing. So it's a great match to Madeira. In terms of events now, we are preparing for Christmas and end of year festivities. Despite the C-19, we maintain all the schedule that we had. We're just adjusting the format, so I will be able to, if you want, I can send the itinerary and program in a couple of weeks, but we are really focused on preparing everything. So there will be fireworks, there will be lights as usual, it will be cozier than ever. I think we will be I think we will give more value to the family. We are very social. We are party animals, actually. But I think it will be even more special because we will be able to do the festivities either way. So immediately after Christmas and New Year's, we prepare for Carnival. So this is the image here to your right. Carnival at the same time as in Brazil in February. So we do festivals all year round. Everything is an excuse to do a festival because this is our essence. This is who we are. And we believe that it's important to create events and entertainment for people that visit Madeira. So we have a festival dedicated to flowers. This is the image on the left. In June, we have fireworks every weekend. As you can see, we love fireworks. So even in June, we have the Atlantic Festival, and then Porto Santo has Columbus, and then in September, we have the wine harvest and the wine festival. So as you can see, there's always something going on. And so before you book holidays for yourself or for your guests, make sure to check our events. What is going on in Madeira? What can I recommend to my guests, actually? Next slide. Right, I felt it was important to wrap up all these ideas and come up with 10 reasons to recommend Madeira. Why should I recommend Madeira to my guests? And it will give you 10 reasons to sell Madeira. I think it's clear that in terms of landscape, it's amazing, it's unique, and also you have a lot of activities that can allow you to enjoy all this energy and all this nature. So we saw earlier, you have whale watching, you have trekking, canyoning. So you have a mix of more laid-back activities, but also you can be very adventurous. If you're not into that, you have some food and wine, you can relax at your hotel, you can go into Funchal and go into the farmer's market and enjoy actually the food. So I think we have the right combo. We have a very complete product. I think you agree, and there's always a lot to do. So I think this was important to wrap all these ideas, and it will give you 10 reasons to sell Madeira. Right now, I think this is all I had to say, and I think it was a lot. Sorry, I'm not sure about the timing. Thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure. I will leave you with our newest video that we are very proud of. And this is just a sample of what Madeira is. The best thing is for you to come here and to see for yourself. This is the best way for you to get to know the destination. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation as much as I did. Enjoy.
Brilliant, Joanna. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. And I think we can all safely say now that we are Madeira experts. And as you guys can see, you've got all Joanna's details on the screen there.